Shays, when you're going to do a response to someone, could you at the very least actually provide them in context? You know, the entirety of your video bypassed a majority of my points. You know, the fact that I addressed your hypocrisy, the fact I addressed the neutrality aspect, the fact that I mentioned how you seem to be pro-censorship. All of this stuff you completely bypassed. How about you respond to that aspect, which was far more significant, besides the fact that I just found your videos to be a bit uninteresting. You know, actually address the majority of my points. Actually show me in context. You know, it just seems a bit weird that you just brush off the entire points. But hey, since you actually did address the part in which I said your videos are uninteresting, let's watch.
I'm sure a good bit of you know who Burn Coalition, aka Lachlan, is, but for those that don't, Burn Coalition is a ranter who mainly specializes in criticizing other YouTubers, as well as sharing his viewpoints about ranting and the way people go about it. A few noteworthy people he's made videos towards would include Official GATG, SomeGuy827, Camia Bams, and now me. Burn Coalition is a person that places heavy emphasis on entertainment when it comes to YouTubers, and that's pretty much what his arguments about my style are basically centered around.
Well, yeah, I do place heavy emphasis on entertainment because entertainment is crucial in any art form whatsoever. It's crucial to show that you give a shit in what you're talking about. Because when you're going to express something, when you're going to express a point about something which you might disagree with, show that you actually give a shit. Speak in a tone which shows that you care about what you're talking about. Speak in a tone which grabs the audience's attention. Something which makes them entertained. Make them on the edge of their seats. Entertain them. That's why I go after entertainment. Because when you strip the entertainment from a video, it's just dull. No one wants to watch this unentertaining motherfucker.
When I write a script for my videos, including this one right here, I try to write in my own language, or write how I would sound if I were talking. And the same obviously goes for the way I speak in my videos. I sound pretty much just like this in real life.
Even if you do sound the same way on camera and off camera, here's the problem. You sound anxious. You sound completely and utterly anxious. And that's a huge flaw. It doesn't matter who you go to. No one wants to watch someone that sounds timid and anxious. It doesn't matter if you sound that way off camera. Prepare your speech. Sound less anxious. Take speaking tests. Do anything.
Having my videos scripted has helped me make my points a lot clearer, more concise, and consistent. It's helped me to develop a good speaking style for my kinds of videos, and it's even opened some creative doors. I think I've come up with some good scripts that were pretty clever and even had some humor to them. For example, my Why I Will Never Make a Video on Onision video. I remember being really proud of that script.
Speaking of your Onision video, just to go off topic for a bit, doesn't it seem a bit hypocritical to say in your video you would never do a video on Onision, yet partake in SomeGuy827's collaboration, which consisted of all of his fans responding to him?
I know not everyone is going to be a fan of my current scripted Nate Talks to You meets Official GATG meets Mr. Repsion meets Cover Killer Nation style. Just like how there are people that aren't fans of Muse's current style. But it's what I'm comfortable doing, and I'd rather do things that way than outright pander to people. Which, that is not to say, oh, I don't care about my audience or anything like that. I'm just not going to pander to specific people who want me to make videos a certain way.
How the fuck is it pandering? How is it pandering just because someone tells you to change and you take it into consideration? You take the change into consideration. Why is change all of a sudden pandering? The huge benefit of change is that it allows you to step out of your comfort zone, do something which you wouldn't normally do, actually do something which you've never tried out before, see how it turns out, see if you actually enjoy it, see if the thing that you're doing is a lot better than what you were normally doing, and then you might go to that instead. You know, just experiment, try it out, do different things, change. I myself am someone that's subject to change. For example, various mini rants too. That was me branching out on what I had to do. That was me not only not going off a script, but it was also me just doing stuff outside. It was completely different how I usually do stuff. And it was a lot more beneficial to me. Because I was off a script, I felt less under pressure. I didn't feel under pressure doing my videos. I felt a lot more calmer, and I was a lot more authentic. I sounded more natural in what I had to say. I sounded genuine. and me being outside just made me feel a lot more calmer. I did all of these changes in my videos, which were far more different than if I were just to still script my videos. I actually try out different things. Will I may script in the future? Maybe. It's inevitable. I'm fully open to change. I don't mind changing out how I am in my videos. Just because I don't like change, I'll do it anyway. I don't care if I don't like change. Change is inevitable and crucial. So I do it anyway. It doesn't matter if I don't like it. I test it to see the final product. I did videos talking about the news. Russian Orthodox versus freedom of speech was me talking about how Manson was probably banned in Moscow. The censorship bomb was talking about how he was banned in Moscow, talking about how he had bomb threats put against him. In my video on Richard Dawkins, I argued the fact that Richard Dawkins thought that fairy tales were going to completely destroy the clutches of people. You know, I changed out the way I did videos. I did all of these different changes. Changes in locations. I don't have posters in my background anymore. Different locations in filming outside. Whether it be filming behind the bushes, whether it be me filming, you know, in the water, not the water, but near a river. Filming next to a train track. Filming in a fucking cemetery at one point. All of these changes. You don't have to do those changes. Just change in general. By all same logic, I should have just stayed scripted because I used to sound like this. Now, to me, I think weed should be legalized, and all the other drugs which are harder than weed and stronger. Not because I think people should be doing them. I'm
not going to go back to being unscripted because, like I said earlier, I suck unscripted. That's why I think the Bad Case of Big Mouth review that I didn't come out as good, because I decided to have it unscripted and didn't feel as comfortable.
In reality, people can find a middle ground. Why do people script? Because they want to plan. They want to plan out their video and have a structure to it. You don't need to have this long, elaborate plan. You don't need a script. Just jot down points. Jot down a structure. Just do the basic gist of what you're going to do. You can have a plan. You don't have to stay by a script. It's not as if there's this dichotomy that not scripting is always going to be bad for you. And as for the review that you did which turned out bad, well, of course it's going to turn out bad. That's the first video in ages that you've done unscripted. If you're just randomly going to jump and do something different, obviously it's not going to be good at the start. Practice makes perfect. If you're really just going to quit because you made one mistake, then any artist in general should just quit it where they were. You know, all of these pianists that do all of this beautiful pieces should just quit where they were because they made one mistake when they first tried out. You know, you see how your idea doesn't make sense here? Stifling change just because you made one mistake is cowardly.
You don't need to be bouncing off the walls in order to be a good ranter. Like I was saying earlier, I try to sound as natural as I can with my current style, and I believe I pull that off. People always say, oh, Ranter in Shades is boring, he needs to use more emotion.
You need to put passion into it!
Hang on, I need to take this. Yeah? Yeah, shall I tell him? Alright, yeah. Alright, bye. Thanks. I was just on the phone. 2013 called and they want their unfunny joke back.
Here's the thing, guys. I feel as though the more emotion I try to implement, the more likely I am to come off as forced. And given that I've criticized others for being forced, that's one of the last things I want to be here. Even the instances where I do try to show some emotion or raise my voice a little, it still feels slightly forced.
Well, no shit. Emotion can make or break a video. Why is that a bad thing? Rehearse, do different takes, try different stuff out. You know, it doesn't fucking matter. Oh, I may make a mistake. Oh my god. Mistakes are inevitable in art. Try different stuff out. Do different things. You might make a mistake. Well, call the fucking ambulance.
Another reason I don't like to raise my voice a lot, aside from being a naturally quiet person,
you do realise that a lot of the people that are emotive are actually generally quiet people. Like I myself am someone that can get really vitriolic in my YouTube videos. The Amazing Atheist is someone that likes to get really vitriolic in their YouTube videos. You know, they're naturally quiet people, myself and TJ. So what's the point you're trying to bake here?
I'm a person that wants to be taken seriously more so for the points I make than for theatrics. I've never intended to be theatrical on this channel. I've always been a person that places more emphasis on points, logic, and if you seem like a likable person in the process, than with entertainment.
So basically what you're saying is, I don't want to have all style and no substance, so I'm just going to strip away all my style.
The mission I originally set for my channel is to make as much of an impact on the music listening world as I can.
How the fuck do you expect to make any sort of impact if you're not willing to be entertaining, if entertainment just isn't your thing? Entertainment is crucial. As stated earlier, entertainment is fucking crucial. So if you want to make an impact, grab someone's fucking attention. Make them want to view you. Speak emotively. Move your arms around. Actually show that you give a shit.
I've never intended to come off as controversial at all. People like the Amazing Atheist can pull off controversial, but I've never been one to pull off controversial, especially at TJ's level.
You haven't even been controversial in the slightest. Oh, what, you did kind of non-musician criticize a musician? Whoa, we got a badass over here.
I've always tried to play it safe and know my limits.
You can't be a ranter and play it safe. Both contradict one another. You can't play it safe if your nature is to push boundaries. If your nature in your entire fucking genre is to speak out against the majority, to speak your fucking mind, to say something which isn't popular. All it shows is that you're afraid of criticism, which is a huge flaw as a ranter. If you're afraid of criticism, then you fail. The job of the ranter is to critique and to take criticism.
As far as me not enjoying conflict amongst friends, I'm gonna make a little analogy for you. Imagine you're a kid whose parents are getting divorced. Or if you're a person whose parents are already divorced watching this video, think back to when your parents were getting divorced. When a kid's parents are getting divorced, they put the blame on themselves. Their self-esteem is hurt by all the bad-mouthing the parents do to one another. They're basically between a rock and a hard place, and they feel insecure when it comes to custody and visitation decisions. Drama between friends is like a divorce situation for me, and it makes me feel like a child would in that situation. That's the best analogy I can make there.
I'm honestly shocked that you, of all people, would just sit here and give this stupid analogy. You know, someone that actually knows people that have gotten through the parents being divorced. The fact that you would still sit here and make this fucking senseless analogy. The reason a kid puts the blame on themselves is because they can actually have an influence. A friend can't. The reason why I hate Danny isn't because of you, it's because he's a douchebag. You know, why would you put the blame on yourself for your friend behaving like a moron? That makes no sense. Your analogy fails. Especially given the fact that you can actually make time to see your friends. With your family, it's a lot more difficult.
The rest of the video, to me anyway, seems like guilt by association shit. I've never been a fan of the guilt by association thing, and I've always found it unfair when others use it.
It's not guilt by association, it's proving that your associations prove that you're a hypocrite. Why the fuck would you say you would disassociate with someone that would compare someone to a pedophile, yet be friends with Danny? Why would you be friends with all of these people? Why would you say you disassociate with Repsion if he would name drop someone, yet still associate with Repsion after he name drops someone? Why would you be friends with Hodge after he says someone's the worst person ever? Just because they criticised him. You see, it's not guilt by association, it's proving that you're a full-blown fucking hypocrite.